Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Vin here. Thanks for joining us. This is going to be a new element to the channel now. Apologies. From now on Sundays, I'm going to have like my Sunday cuppa with you guys. Talk about various shooting topics, which hopefully you'll find interesting. As we progress along, different things will happen on the channel. I'm still going to be doing gun reviews as and when I get my hands on them. To be fair, that's been incredibly difficult to remain objective with the rifles I've tested so far. What else can I say? I also will be doing lots and lots of hunting footage. At the moment, outside in the UK, we've got Storm Dara going on and the weather is absolutely horrendous. Today, believe it or not, I fully intended to go out squirrel shooting. That's not happening because any squirrel worth its salt is going to be tucked up in its tray, and above everything, it would be very dangerous walking around in the woods in the high winds we've currently got in the UK. It was probably, I'd end up getting coming back not too healthy, should we say. Anyway, today what we're going to talk about, there are two things I want to talk about, which this unashamedly is aimed at the UK shooter. I want to talk about getting somewhere to shoot, and also the second-hand versus new rifle, should we say, my views on that one. Right, let's launch straight into it. Getting somewhere to shoot, my tips and recommendations and stuff. I've got to say, straight off the bat, the easiest way to get somewhere to shoot is through word of mouth. And the hardest thing for any UK shooter is getting the first permission. Once you've got the first permission, if you show yourself to be a safe, reliable shooter, should we say, who's very, very responsible, you'll find the snowball effect happens. I'll give you some examples as I go along, but I'll tell you how I got a shooting permission going back a few years ago. I'm a woodworker. I do joinery and carpentry and stuff like that, and I got doing part of a job on a farm where I was erecting a 36 foot by 12 foot field shelter on some horse paddocks. And being a country lad I am, I respected like the land. I was shutting and closing gates behind you. It was a necessity anyway, because you wouldn't like a valuable horse to like escape from a paddock and get out onto a main road or anything like that. But one of the things I noticed when I was on that farm was there were lots and lots of rabbits about. And the landowner was having a chat with me one day, just talking about how the stables coming along, and I happened to point out there were lots and lots of rabbits on his land, which he responded to bloody things, they cost him a fortune. And anyone who keeps horses or livestock will know rabbits dig holes. If you get a horse, or even cattle for that matter, stick their foot down a rabbit hole and break their ankles or twist them or whatever, as a very, very expensive vet bill. So being a helpful chap I am, and this is another point what I'm going to put across here, is seizing opportunities when they arise. I happened to point out to the farmer that I'm a shooter and offered my services to get rid of the rabbits. Now, initially he was very dubious, should I say, because he didn't want his horses spooked, and obviously concerned about shotguns and stuff spooking the horses. It was definitely a no-no for centrefire or rimfire, purely because of safety concerns, because of the road vicinities, vicinities of other houses. So what I did was I said to the landowner, the next day at work I'd bring my air rifle up and I'd show him. And I what language is that? I took with me a Walther Rotex with a suppressor on, and I showed the landowner and said, look, here you go. And believe it or not, I converted him into getting an air gun himself. But he was amazed how quiet it was and how lethally accurate it was, and henceforth I got permission to shoot the rabbits on that land. And this is what I mean about the snowball effect. One morning I was out mooching around doing like the rabbit control, and the adjacent landowner was out ploughing up a field, and he stopped his tractor and said, quite rightly said, who are you, what you doing, and all the good stuff. I introduced myself and I showed him written permission I always carry on me from the landowner. Said I was up doing rabbit control. Now, the adjacent farm was an arable farm, and he had lots of standing crops of wheat. And when I was chatting to him, I couldn't help but notice loads of pigeons what were flying down on some laid corn. And this is what I mean about seizing opportunity. I said to the chappie, you know, you've got quite a few pigeons going down on there, and brought it into the conversation. And his words were like, yeah, bloody things, they're causing no end of damage. So I offered my services to him, and before you knew it, I had another farm I could shoot on to go and do like pigeon control using the air rifle. This is what I mean about it's the snowball effect, about what you can get once you get your first foot in the door. And it's what you can bring to the table as well. Like for me, it was my woodworking skills and being able to like build field shelters. The farm where I done the field shelter on, offered my service to the farmer as well to do, like repair like the 5-bar gates and stuff like that. And since then I've got quite a considerable amount of land to shoot on by doing that. What I would suggest is don't just cold call on farms. Please don't cold call on a farm taking a rifle with you, and please first impressions always count. Don't rock up on a farmer's door dressed head to toe in camouflage asking if you can shoot on his land. Think of it if someone knocked on your front door dressed head to toe in camouflage, toting a rifle saying, can I shoot on your property? The likelihood is you'll say no. It's far better to dress respectably. Say what you've seen. If you're going up to a farm, I would look in a telephone book, or if such things existed, or find out the name of the farm, going on directory inquiries and doing a phone call to the farm, explain what you've seen. Say like you've noticed lots of pigeons or lots of corvids or lots of whatever rabbits on the land. Explain to them like you're a shooter, and offer them the services. I mean, this is difficult in today's times because obviously money's sort of quite tight for everyone. But maybe suggest to the farmer, you know, if I paid a small fee, could I get permission to come on your land and shoot a few rabbits or whatever, a few pigeons. I've noticed them going on like laid crops. I've noticed them on a rape field, causing what must be causing lots of damage. For a small fee, could I come up and have a day's shoot? And once you get your foot in the door and you prove you're a trusted and responsible person, it opens up more doors for you. What I've found helped me along as well. I carry like my British Association Shooting Conservation membership card around. I explained to the landowners, like, I'm insured. Even a silly little thing, even my Armed Forces Veterans card has helped, because it shows that you're used to handling firearms and you're a safe and responsible person. So that's that bit. Also, learn to think outside the box. Not everything is going to be out in the countryside. One of my permissions I secured quite a few years ago was in an urban environment shooting feral pigeons, and it was just a random conversation I happened to have walking past an industrial complex, and I noticed loads of feral pigeons flying in and out of a warehouse, and I was chatting to one of the workers there and said, "My God, you've got loads of pigeons there." He then said, "Yeah, they're causing lots of problems. They're causing a health hazard, slip strips and falls and all the rest of it." And the site manager wanted to get rid of them. And before I knew it, I was having a chat with the actual, not site manager, but the owner. He agreed to let me come up and cull them. And I've got to say, at that particular place, that was some of the best pigeon shooting I've ever had in my life, and it was all done with air rifles. I put across to him it wouldn't be a firearm per se, it would be an air rifle. It's provided it's shot safely. It's a safe and reliable tool to use on the job to get rid of the pest species. Same with rats. You can quite often, one of the places I did get to shoot was on a rubbish dump, and it just happened that I took some rubbish up to get rid of that day, and I noticed some rats running around, and I mentioned to one of the workers, "Oh, you've got loads of rats there." And again, it was like, "Yeah, bloody things, we need to get rid of these." And before you knew it, I'd secured somewhere to shoot rats. It's all about like learning to seize opportunities and don't get disheartened. Also, a good way to get someone to shoot is join an established gun club, because you'll get like-minded shooters there. You'll make friends. Don't be aloof or anything. Sort of put yourself out there, be friendly to the guys, and before you know it, you'll be speaking to like-minded souls. You'll make friends who may then have their own places to shoot and invite you along, and before you know it, you've got your foot in the door. So don't be disheartened if you can't find somewhere. There are places to shoot, even on our crowded little island, but you will find somewhere. Persevere, just don't give up. And to keep your eye until you do find somewhere, like I say, join a gun club and go and meet like-minded souls, and, you know, keep your shooting up. Right, so that's that little bit of the video. Second bit of the video I wanted to talk about is second hand or brand new rifle. I want to give you some examples on this. This year I managed to pick up this Walther LGV. I think this is the Competition Ultra or something like that. I picked this up, guys. I mean, they're discontinued now as far as I'm aware, and very difficult to find in the UK. I picked this up for £250. It is in brand new condition. It was boxed and it had very few pellets through it. This year I've picked up a Walther an Air Arms TX 200 Hunter carbine. I think I paid £300 for that. Again, it was as new, had less than a tin of pellets through it. What other guns have I picked up? I've picked up the BSA Mercury. I paid absolute peanuts for that gun. Just over £100 I paid for that. That was the Mercury S. I've picked up an HW77, which I paid £200 for. Again, that was another gun what had less than a tin of pellets through it. And I picked up a HW95 Luxus, which I think I paid about £200 for that. Again, in immaculate condition, never been tinkered with. So I've realised I come across quite snobby sometimes on my channel in that I keep recommending high-end guns. It isn't the fact I'm putting across that you've got to spend lots and lots of money on it. What I'm saying is you can get a very good rifle for half the price if you buy second hand. And especially with spring rifles, what I've found is I would prefer to spend £200 to £300 on a very, very high quality second hand German Springer than I would spend the equivalent money on a brand new lesser gun, should we say. They are out there. You don't have to even go to gun shops. You can find them on private sale. You go on Gunstar or Gun Trader, you can find some absolutely bargains on there. Also word of mouth as well. You'll be amazed once you start looking how easy it is to find some really, really good quality air rifles second hand, which would cost a fortune brand new, but have hardly been used. And a lot of the time, in my experiences, I find the Springers the ones what have been tinkered with less. Now, on the flip side of that, on PCPs, I would recommend going brand new. For one, on a PCP, you don't know the history, and in my experience, for some reason, PCP air rifles seem to be the most tinkered with. You don't know what the previous owner's done to them. And I'll give you an example on that. A few years ago I bought a Gunpower Stealth, which was supposedly 12 foot-pounds, which the owner had tinkered with, and my first session out with it I thought, that's shooting wrong, and I stuck it over the chronograph and it was 20 foot-pounds. Now the legal ramifications of that are plain for all to see. That was taken straight to a gunsmith and sorted out. I've got to say, literally it was, as soon as I found out the power level on that after the chronograph and that, it was taken and sorted out. And actually I didn't even keep the gun after that, and it was sold very shortly after through the gun shop. So on PCPs, if you've got a rifle that's been tinkered with, that will invalidate its warranty on there. So I'd recommend, if you're going to go second hand, buy from a gun shop, which the gun shop will be obliged to give some sort of warranty to. So if there's anything wrong with it, like dodgy seals, leaky valves and all the rest, you can take back to a gun shop. If it's a private sale, it's going to be very difficult to get it sorted out, should we say, to your own satisfaction if there's anything wrong with the gun. So like I say, with Springers, it's very unlikely that anything's going to be majorly wrong with them, especially if you're getting good quality German Springers. With PCPs, if you want to go second hand, make sure you buy it from a reputable firearms dealer and get it that way. If you're going to not do that, just go for a brand new rifle where you've got some sort of warranty as well. And that's going to be my lot on today's one. Other than say, I just want to show you these guys. These were in 2 smoke and barrels, and I picked these up, never shot them before. They're JTS Dead Centres. These are in 2.2. I've got to say I am absolutely, totally and utterly impressed in these pellets. I haven't got a rifle what shoots them badly, so I'm really, really keen to sort of take these out. These are quite a heavyweight pellet, and these are going to be my hunting ones. During the week I will be getting out. I will be doing either some pigeon shooting, or I shall be doing some squirrel shooting, and I've got a job to do to go and do some rabbit control, so I'll be sticking some night vision on, and I will be using this Walther for the bunnies. I've already sorted out what I'm doing there. Coming up, I've got some early Christmas presents, should we say, which I'm going to put on the channel and give you my views on. I'm waiting, it's still in transit to me, but that'll be a little video in itself. I'll do a review on those. It's good for me because the things I've got coming in are bought for with my own money, so you can be assured that if they're rubbish I'll say so. There's no like sponsorship or anything like that. I won't feel the need or feel obliged to sort of sugarcoat stuff if it's not up to speed, so we've got those to look forward to. And as always guys, thank you so much for joining me. You guys make the channel. If there's anything you'd like to see reviewed or taken out, or anything like rifles, pellets, any bits of equipment, any questions, tips, hints or anything like that, say so and I'll do it. Whether it's you're having problems like zeroing your rifle or anything like that, so put it in the comments and I'll do my damnedest to help you out. Cheers guys.